Alright, what's up yins guys? Time for another video where I talk about the real-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Games people play, and I'll sarcastically ask, does anybody play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore? Do they make the game? Do they manufacture the cards? This is where I sarcastically and metaphorically compare real-life bullshit that people throw at you with playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that's what they're doing. But anyway, yeah, this one came to me. I was joking with my partner about this because we talk about different things and other friends and blogs, and I should have had this one as one of my earlier first things in this series. Matter of fact, this word. Okay, it's the spewing card. Okay, where for example, in the earlier heyday of YouTube, like say I myself have videos of other things from back from 2011, but back in the heyday, even a little bit before that, early days of YouTube drama and all that, and blogs. And I'm going to put in parentheses too, and include real life, whether it's bosses, people that want to stick their finger in your face, tell you what you better do or better say, better not, what you can and cannot say, or what you better not say, or else, or anybody who talks down to you. It can be family members, anybody who fancies themselves as authority of you, the ones that they don't like. When you say something they don't like, okay, whether it even affects them or not, they can be just hearing you say it or hearing about it or seeing on a YouTube or a blog. When it's something that they don't like, it's always the issue or the card. Oh, you're spewing, whatever they're fake, whatever they want to call bullshit. But if you call, but when it's only spewing nonsense or spewing bullshit, it's only called that when you do it. When you do it, that's what they keep calling it. But never when they do it. Rules for you, but not for me. Rules for me, but not for thee. Rules for thee, or not for me, or whatever the fuck you want to say. But yeah, I can have a little like sarcastic, a lot of sarcasms about it. It's just another thing. Well, in this series, that's what it's all about. The whole series that I'm talking about here, different words, double standards, and it's always things in this series that I'm using to call bullshit and call double standards on. That the words everybody else uses to talk down to you and to indicate that you're not allowed to say this or that, and they'll even refuse to. Most of them will even refuse to tell you if you ask them if they have a manifesto or rule book that they can look at, and if you ask them by what authority do you tell me, if you ask them who their daddy is when I actually sarcastically say who their daddy is, whose boots are they licking? What rule book is it? A cult leader, preacher, communist leader, some leftist shitbag leader or whatever that's either the same color as you and me or a different color than you and me. And matter of fact, if you're black or white watching this and you question your own or other people, you're going to get that, and then not only that, somebody's going to, if it's in jobs, threaten to make you destitute. They talk, there's situations that, in workplaces, because of nepotism, somebody don't like something you're saying, and it travels somewhere, and they can't face you theirself with it, and they'll use other behaviors as a smokescreen and go run to some big daddy somewhere. It can either be a boss or on the streets, some pseudo king of the streets, whether black or white, the one that went. It can be a boss somewhere. It could be your own family member that thinks they have some authority over you, that they're going to physically do something to you, or they have some kind of other power to prevent you from, I don't know, everything from getting a job to social destroy. People that think they're it will say, "Oh, if people that socially think they're it, you won't." They'll threaten you won't have no friends anywhere. It's this and other videos in my series are about the thing they threaten. You won't have a job anywhere, or you'll be kicked out of a job, kicked out of a house, kicked out of a group, or the people who think they're it say they can socially destroy you. You won't have no friends, or you'll be kicked out of a clique, or even the people that think that way. Oh yeah, you'll never get laid ever again, or whatever. If that's the people that will use that too, that act like they're Mr. or Mrs. Hot Shit, that that they're they think that somebody's the same gender. You think they're God's gift to women, or it could be you could be a woman, another woman talking to you. You'll never, whatever their fucking goal is. You know what I mean? Whether it's the king of the streets mentality, or the you'll never you'll never this or never that, or somebody that threatens their bullshit. They don't always directly to your face threaten that they can kick your ass. It's always some big daddy somewhere they'll get that's either king of the streets or a boss or something, or some kind of enforcing class that's not the police. If the police is what they worship, have you thrown in jail? If you physically stand up to them or whatever, get in your face. Or if they don't worship the police, they think Mr. King of the Streets, or the pseudo Mr. King of the Streets, is the police. So unlike the people that will threaten you with police or whatever, they'll threaten you with that. The pseudo Mr. King of the Streets, whether black or white, that's just some person that has some small bunch of friends that they think they got the world by the balls, that go to a loser bar and have a few drug dealer friends that ain't even anything, act like you're bigger than they are, just wannabes, like they're some mob or something. It could be anything like that, you know what I mean? Or need a couple of their buddies to be there, or how somebody wants to speak to you if they're in front of a bunch of it can be like many scenarios. When you're saying something that makes some sense, that you're not afraid of anybody, or you to disprove or defy a particular thing, and they have no rebuttal, or they cannot they can't find any kind of a way to disprove or discourage you, then they have nothing to no intelligent comeback, you know what I'm saying, to what you're saying, and avoid your questions. Then you're when you intellectually kind of beat them or defy them, or just everything you say is spewing, you know what I mean? Or if they have something to say a little bit, what they try to say, a little bit of comebacks, and you come back with something, you're the one that thinks you're so smart. If you get the best of them, or you're not afraid of it, everything you say is spewing, because, and plus when you do it, if you got this far in this video, another thing about it too, it creates an example where if they see you laughing in somebody's face, saying something defiant, then maybe other people won't be afraid of them anymore either. You know what I mean? And it makes them look like, well, and what you do sets a not so good example. It makes them look bad in a lot of ways. So there you go. But you don't bow down to whoever. If you don't bow down to whoever, whatever king shithead there is, everything you say is spewing. You know what I mean? And, they'll accuse you everything from being mentally or criminally insane, or psychologically insane, to or if it's on the street, somebody that they ought to get Mr. King of the Streets to go kick your ass, or whatever the fuck it is, you know what I mean?